Welcome to the Complete Fitness Podcast with Core for Complete Fitness. Your episode is starting in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. Happy April 5th to you all, guys. First week in April. It's going to be warm before we know it. I swear, someday. Like always, before I get going, if you could all be so kind as to do one thing for me before we get the podcast going. If you could please subscribe to this podcast, it'll help us grow this thing. The reason why, when you subscribe to it, you get notified right when we drop a new podcast. So you don't have to always look around and go, oh crap, I missed one. It'll send you just a little alert on your phone that a new one dropped. And it helps us grow this thing and move up the charts in terms of the algorithms for iTunes, for Spotify, for Audible, for all that stuff. And number 2, if you could share it with somebody, if you found value in this at all, which I hope that you do, otherwise you wouldn't be listening. If you could share it with somebody that maybe it'll help them, maybe it'll help them change their mindset, maybe it'll help them get in shape. Ultimately, that's why we do this, to help you guys. So if you can just share it and subscribe it, that is all we ask of you. Now, today, I want to dive a little bit back into health and kind of these little Jedi mind tricks that you can play with yourself when you're feeling stuck, when you're in a rut, and how to get out of it. So when you're trying to exercise or get in shape or get healthy or whatever you kind of want to achieve, right? A lot of us just kind of have an idea of, I need to be eating right, or I need to be exercising because that's just something that I should be doing, right? We know that it's good, that it's healthy, but beyond that, it's a very kind of cliche statement in the fitness world, but we say, find your why. Find your reason that when the going gets tough, the thing that's going to push you forward to get through to the other side. So for instance, if you're just treating taking care of yourself almost just like it's just something that I have to do, it's probably going to be really, really difficult for you to really get great results because you're kind of just doing it to do it, right? Be the same thing if I, wanted to bake a cake, but maybe I didn't really know how to bake a cake. And I had eggs and I had flour and I had milk. And I'm like, well, I'll just piece this all together. It kind of looks like a cake, but I don't really have the instructions or the plan of how I want it to look at the end. Same thing goes with your body. You can work out, you can eat healthy, but if you don't have a goal, you're kind of always almost going to spin your wheels. You're going to get to a spot every single time, kind of get complacent, and then that will kind of be that. So in terms of your health and fitness, you have to go, okay, what do I want to accomplish? Maybe it's I want to lose 10 pounds. Maybe it's I want to lose 50 pounds. Maybe it's I just want to stay the same size that I am. That's okay too. Knowing that you don't want to go up, maybe you don't want to go down, but even just staying where you are is a good goal to have. A lot of us get so hyper fixated on, okay, I have to have a 6-pack or I have to do X, Y, and Z. Sometimes, you worked your butt off for 5, 6, 7 years to get to a place where you're finally comfortable in the clothes that you're wearing. Staying there is also a great goal to have, right? You don't always have to be, always kind of moving the needle one end. If you get to a place where you're comfortable, that's okay too. But instead of just going, well, I'm doing this just because I know I need to do it, set a goal and set a target behind your actions. And that makes whatever you're doing 10 times more meaningful, and you'll actually get better progress. So I'll give you an example. Imagine if there's 2 people, person A and person B, we'll call them. And person A goes to the gym at the same time as person B. They do the same workouts, let's say. They eat kind of the same food. And then 6 months go by and person B looks completely different. And they go, well, how the heck did this happen? Person B set a goal tied into their action. So maybe person B goes, I want it to look great in a swimsuit, or I'm going to really push at this workout because I have a mission that I'm on, as opposed to the other person that goes, I'm just trying to kind of check a box today. You're going to have those days where you don't always feel your best, where you feel tired, where you didn't get enough sleep, where it's rainy, where it's snowy. And I've told you before, but those days are going to appear way more often than the days where the sun is shining and you're good and you're hydrated and your kids aren't stressing you out and your phone's not buzzing and everything's just falling into play. Those days are probably going to be very few and far in between. So the days where you have to kind of dig into, let's say, what your why is, or your mission behind what you wanted to do and why you're exercising, that's the thing that you have to kind of dig out sometimes and go, this is beyond just me doing something because I know I should do it, but I have to do this because here is the goal that I'm attaching to this. And that makes everything really stick. A lot of us, it'd be like driving, without a roadmap. You get in the car and all of a sudden you go, yeah, I guess it'd be nice to be a size 0 or to get a 6-pack or whatever it is. I don't really know how I'm going to get there or how I'm going to do it, but I think if I just kind of drive this way, maybe I'll end up close to where I want to get. Same thing happens in terms of taking care of yourself. You have to have a destination, and a reason tied to that destination is going to get you way more farther. The reason, think of it as like your map or like your journey that you're going on. So I want to lose 20 pounds. Why? What is the reason behind that? And a lot of people will just use the vanity metric of, oh, because I want to look good, or I know that I'm supposed to. Okay, beyond that, what is going to be the thing that pushes you on, again, the days that you don't feel like it, or the days that it's snowy or rainy, or your life is just chaos? You're going to want to throw in the towel and you go, yeah, I can take a day off today. I can do this. But your why and your reason is a thing that pushes you through, that keeps you moving. So, it's something deeper and it's individual to every single person. For me, back when I had no kids, I just wanted to look good, in a swimsuit. I wanted to look good with my shirt off, and that was pretty much it. I was young, I was 20 something, no kids. All I had to worry about was me. So that was my reason for taking care of myself. Then all of a sudden we start popping kids out, and I'm like, holy crap, I have to be in pretty damn good shape to keep up with these kids. Not just in terms of chasing them around, but just to make it throughout the course of the day. Like, I can't eat the same stuff that I used to eat. I can't be skipping workouts. I have to make sure that I'm doing everything with myself so I can be there for my kids. I can still show up at work. I can still be there to talk to my wife and not be like completely exhausted. So you have to take these steps to go, okay, this is beyond just me now wanting to stay in shape or wanting to get a 6-pack or look good in a bathing suit. Now I'm doing this for somebody else. So those days that maybe, let's say, I don't want to work out, or I want to skip, or I didn't get enough sleep, or I tell myself, okay, you can take off one day, that why or that reason behind it is what pushes me through to do it and go, you know what? It might not be a kick-ass workout today. I might just go through the motions, but I have to do this because I know the other side of this coin isn't going to be pretty. If I skip today, that means I'm probably going to have that voice in my head. Okay, you can skip tomorrow too. 2 days or a week goes by. Hey, you skipped last week, nothing happened. Why don't you skip this week too? And then, oh, you missed one day, and then why don't you miss 2 days? And you can see how that snowball effect starts to happen. But once you can kind of block out the noise and focus on doing the things that you're doing, and you start getting some momentum behind you because your why and your reason is constantly pushing you through, it gets 10 times easier. So for some people, they say, I can't get in shape. It's too hard. I don't have time. I don't have this, or it's so difficult. I implore you to find your why, find your reason, find the thing that's going to make you do it. If you're not going to do it for yourself and you're going to try to find every single excuse, hang something above your head that okay, this is going to be the reason for me pushing through. This is going to be my why. I know I got to take care of myself, and damn it, I just can't find the energy to do it. So my dog's going to push me through. My kids are going to push me through. My spouse is going to push me through. Whatever it is that you have to do, that's the thing that's going to get you through to the other side when the going gets tough. Everybody's going to be unique too. What works for me isn't going to work for the person across the street, right? We have completely different lives. Somebody that's maybe a roofer or a carpenter, or they do hard labor, you can go, okay, I have to be in shape because I need to actually be able to move my physical body until I'm 50 or 60 years old so it doesn't start breaking down. I have to have a strong core. I have to have a strong lower back. If I don't do this, this can potentially affect my income. So That doesn't apply to me, obviously, but somebody that's a little bit different, you have to take those into consideration. What is your why? Why is it unique to you? And what is the thing that you know when the going gets tough, when you maybe want to skip a day, and if you can't find a reason again to do it for yourself, you got to find somebody else to push you through. There's a lot of things that we tell ourselves inside of our mind, guys. And I've mentioned it before. There's a quote that Henry Ford says where if you can or you can't, if you believe you can or believe you can't, you're right. If you're telling yourself, I can't do it over and over and over again, guess what? Odds are that's going to get ingrained inside your brain. And then sure enough, you're not going to set out to do what you accomplished. If you tell yourself, okay, I can do this, I don't have to be perfect, I'm going to push through, eventually your body will kind of follow. A few months ago, I told you guys, a lot of people in terms of getting in shape think it's all just a physical fight, or I got to lift this weight, or I got to spend this much time on the treadmill. And they almost lead with their body and go very, very intense. But they know up here, they can't sustain that. So let's say it's a Monday. I haven't exercised in, let's say, 6 years. And I go, all right, Monday, I'm cutting out all the carbs. I'm going no sugar. I'm going to spend an hour and a half at the gym. I'm going to go on a treadmill for an hour. I'm going to lift weights for, 30 minutes. I'm going to hardly eat anything, drink water all day. I'm going to have a chicken breast. And that'll be my day because I want to get in shape. You're leading with your body and not your head. How long do you think your body can actually keep that up? Maybe for a day, maybe 3 days, maybe a week tops. But up here, you're not ready. You're trying to just go, I can put my body in motion and everything will work out. Everything will work out. But your brain isn't telling you, hey, dummy, how long do you think you can sustain this for? How long before the wheels fall off, before this just turns into a giant shitstorm? Do you really think you can do this for, 2 weeks or a month even? Probably not. They're leading with their body and not thinking clearly with your head. So whenever you want to get to that point, again, find your reason, find your why. And then 2, make sure you're actually thinking clearly in terms of what you should be doing and how long it's going to take. I'm not saying you shouldn't cut out sugar. I'm not saying you shouldn't do anything like that. But, if you got 2 kids and a wife and like 2 gyms like me, and you're working and picking up kids from school and helping them get ready and you're potty training, no way in hell I'm going to be able to spend an hour and a half in the gym and solely just eat a chicken breast all day and starve myself the rest of the day. Eventually the wheels will fall off. I'll get sick. I'll overtrain. I'll be exhausted. I'll be cranky. It's not going to work for me. So I'm not even going to try. But a lot of us try to do that. We have kind of the square peg, round hole analogy, where we're like, I'll just try to force this thing until it works and until it fits. And it ends up not fitting and not working. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, I guess I can't get in shape. I guess it's not in the cards for me. And I'm like, no, well, you tried to do the most impossible structure and diet ever. And that's why things aren't working out. So you have to be real with yourself. You have to be able to go, is this going to work for me? Is this going to work for my lifestyle? And whatever that why or that reason is, will this help support that? Because if it's not, anybody can do things for a day or 2 days or 3 days. It's not that hard. People can fast for a whole day on nothing but water and be pretty darn close to what they were as far as mental acuity and things like that the following day. Try to keep that up for a week or 2, you're going to be absolutely freaking exhausted, right? There's no way you can sustain that. Your body needs food. Your body needs other things. So don't look at the immediate gratification. Don't look at how quick can I get in shape. Look at what is my reason behind this. I've mentioned it before, but getting in shape and being healthy is not something you do for 3 months. It's not just a quick thing that you buy and you go, all right, I'm going to do this for a little bit. It's something that you eat, live, and breathe. When you are a healthy individual, it sounds crazy to say, but you are a healthy individual. Being healthy is being healthy. It's not getting healthy and then letting it fall apart. And then getting healthy again and then letting it fall apart. Being a healthy individual, both with your body and your brain, is being healthy all year round. And I think a lot of people, we're going to go into the springtime and we're going to get the magical phone calls of people going, I want to join back up. And then you're starting right back at square one again. Had you just kept on track with what you were doing like you should have been, then we wouldn't be starting back again and then 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 starting back again. You would have just been cool. I'm here and I'm going to get better and better and better and better and better. But a lot of us think once we reach that kind of dangling carrot, we've achieved victory and we're done and I did it. But it doesn't work like that. You get to the dangling carrot and then you realize, oh my God, there's another one over there I got to get. Another one over there I got to get. Another one over there I got to get. Which is the great thing about setting goals, which is the great thing about setting reason and why behind your actions, because you can actually visualize and see where you want to go. If you're just moving around in space and you don't see an end, think of it almost like a big, huge maze, right? You're just going through this maze of, there's a corner, and you never get out of the maze because you're always just lost. You're doing things for a little bit, then you stop, and then you're doing things for a little bit, then you stop, and you're lost in this maze. But the individual that goes, I see the target, there's a finish line right there, I just have to get there, and I know my actions from now till then will actually move the needle and get me to where I want to go. They're going to get there 10 times faster because they have a goal and a deadline in sight. And again, if it means you want to lose 10, 15 pounds, or you want to look good in the swimsuit, or whatever that size you want to get down to is, if it means getting to there and then you want to sustain there, fine. Let that be a goal, as I never want to break the, let's say, 150 mark, we'll call it. Or if I do, I just want to be in that little 2-pound bubble that I know is super duper easy to get off. But if you're not attaching goals with what you want to do, if you're not attaching whys with what you want to do, it's going to be really hard to actually get any tangible progress because you're just kind of lost in this la-la land of things not really growing, things not really moving. You're just kind of stuck in this bubble. We did a Facebook Live video for our gyms every Monday. By the way, if you would like to watch, every Monday we do a Facebook Live. Occasionally I'll forget, but pretty much every single Monday we have a Facebook Live. And today was about, being real with ourselves. A lot of us know the things that we're good and bad at, and the good things we tend to really focus on, and the bad things we tend to bury. And those things that get buried tend to resurface and resurface and resurface because we never want to confront them and fix them. I gave the example of, let's say, you're a sugar person, that you have the worst sweet tooth ever, and you'll go a day or 2 days without sugar. And then the third day comes and you crack and you have a bunch of sugar, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm beating myself up and I can't stop eating it. And you have a problem with sugar, but every single time you go to the grocery store, what do? You buy more sugar thinking this time will be different. I can just keep it in the house and I won't have any, and you cave every single time. Whereas if you confronted the issue and you said, look, I know I got a problem with this. If I keep it in the house, it's game over. So I'm not going to buy any of this crap because I don't want to cave because I know I have a problem with this. Same thing like with people like our morning workout people. If you're going to bed, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. to get my butt to the gym to do a great, great workout. And you're going to bed at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. Odds are you're either not going to wake up for your workout, or you're going to have the worst workout ever because you're rolling in on maybe 4 hours of sleep. It's going to be really, really tough to actually get through and push yourself the way that you need to be pushed. But a lot of us, same thing. We go, waking up in the morning, it's so difficult. I can't do it. Some people are just cut from that cloth and it's just not for me. But if you said, okay, what's the thing that you're buried? Are you going to bed at 12:30, 1 o'clock every single night? Then odds are yes. But you have to confront that problem. What is the thing that's getting in my way? Well, I'm not going to bed on time, or I'm not getting enough sleep, or I'm not getting enough rest. The things that we have to change are often the things that we don't want to confront. And it makes it really difficult because generally people don't like to change. People are creatures of habits. We'll change stuff at the gym and you would have thought a nuclear bomb just went off inside the gym. Well, we'll go, okay, we're gonna even just like rebranding, even though all the inside of our gym was pretty much the same, painting the walls gray. It was like oh my God, you painted him gray. This place, some people loved it, some people hated it. And I'm like, guys, it's just a coat of paint on the walls. But people, change freaks them out. If we change a session time, if we add a session time, people like to be in the same routine no matter what. And when that routine has to break or things become different, scares the crap out of them. That's why whenever we change anything, I automatically know it's going to scare people. You have to reassure them this is going to be okay. It usually only lasts for a week or two. And then once you can get past that, everything is kind of okay again because they're back into the new routine. But that initial kind of like, this is different thing scares the crap out of everybody. But it's necessary, again, to grow and to move the needle and to get better. So today was the intangibles, we'll call it. The stuff that you need inside your brain to actually get better, to see results. If you're just winging it and you're going, I'm just checking the box today, you're going to have those days, guys, that you're like, God, just getting to the gym was a task in itself. But they should generally be few and far between. Walk in with a mission. Imagine going to the gym and going, okay, I know I have to train upper body today, but I don't know what I'm going to do. Am I going to do 3 reps of those, 20 reps of these? Am I going to do bicep curls? Am I going to do and you have no game plan. You're just like, all right, maybe I'll do 2 of those, 4 of those, 6 of these. How long do you think it's going to take to see results? Years or absolutely never, right? So having a game plan as far as what you're going to accomplish, how many reps, how many sets is actually what makes you improve and actually what makes you get better. So do with that information as you may. What do I know? I've only been doing this my whole life. So lock it in, guys. And like I said, if you need help, put it in your phone, put it on a sticky note, put it in your car, but have that why or that reason nearby at all times. So when you have those days that you're like, God, I just want to drive by the gym, or geez, I know I shouldn't go through the drive-through, you have that thing looking at you going, remember what you told yourself, remember what you promised yourself, and it helps you stick with it 10 times more. So hopefully you guys took some value from that. And then the other thing, subscribe, share as always. If you need supplements, guys, we literally can't keep the protein in stock inside of our gyms. I have to buy more. We had a whole shelf full and now it's all gone. A good problem to have. Core4supplements.com has probably the best protein powder I've ever tried. We have more stuff, creatine. We got deep sleep gummies. We got pre-workouts. We got vegan protein. We got thermogenic fat burners. You name it, we pretty much have it on the website now. We have a green supplement that's awesome too. So if you know that you don't get enough greens or veggies in your diet, it has a day's worth in there just in one scoop, and you can mix it with water, and it's pretty darn good. Head to core4supplements.com. If you use the code word podcast when you check out, you'll save 10% off everything. And if you spend over $100, you get free shipping on everything. So whatever you need, we got it there. And I guarantee you it's some of the best stuff that you will ever have. So that is all, peoples. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or Saturday or Sunday, whenever you're listening to this. And behave yourselves. Go forth. Anchor down your why. And we'll see you back all in here next week. Love you guys.